Hey everyone, thanks for checking out this video, the Clearwater Les Paul style ukulele. As always, the backing track will be available as a video as well, links in the description. The track itself will be on Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Apple Music and everything else you can imagine. Okay, so let's start by talking about what it actually is. This is a Clearwater, although in America they're named as Vorson or something like that. I might have that wrong, but a very similar brand beginning with V. These are the Les Paul style tenor ukulele. Specifications. We've got pretty standard guitar parts on this in a lot of ways. The bridge is very standard sort of guitar size, so quite bulky as the ukuleles might go. Same with our pickup selector and our pots, and with the tuners, but the tuners are actually really good. They're holding tuning well. What makes this so drastically different to most other ukuleles is the fact that it is electric with steel strings. I found some nylon guitars that you could plug in and turn electric, but they didn't have that electric guitar vibe. I actually bought this about 3 years ago when I was going to form a band called Punkalele, and we were going to do pop punk songs just on ukuleles. I've actually got a uke bass as well, but actually it didn't really kick off. I ended up forming a different band called Padding Needed, which was still pop punk, but it was full guitars and things. So this sat around not really doing anything apart from getting the odd mess around every now and then. So I thought, I'll plug it in, shove my wireless, get my flippy spins in, and see how well I can get some gain out of it. Now, we've got 2 single coil pickups, so I didn't want to whack the gain up too high in case I got feedback. They're height adjustable, but as you heard, they sound pretty good. We've got a rosewood fretboard. I know that some of the versions of this come with a rosewood composite thing that are glossed. This one actually isn't, which I'm quite happy about. So I've got a slightly more matte natural rosewood finish. We've got a maple neck, and I believe mahogany body, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Also, it's got its strap pins, so we can actually play it standing up in a normal way, not with a horrible string through the nut job. It's actually got a truss rod that is adjustable, so if you end up with any issues with the fretboard or the neck warping, you can actually fix it, which was quite an important thing for me, and I wanted it to look like a mini guitar. I didn't want it to look like a ukulele that I plugged in. And I'm really happy with it. You've got that burst finish. I think you can see the sort of finish on that. It looks gorgeous. There you go, that's a better one. Look at the finish on that. I love that. So as you heard, it sounds really good. I don't know, I believe all of the parts are either bought from Standard Guitar Parts magazines. Like the pots have got a good weight to them, they feel good. The switch feels a little bit on the cheaper side. Yeah, apart from that, I think the pickups and the bridge and things are made for them, so I haven't been able to find out any more specs apart from the fact that they're single coils. Okay, so let's get on to the pros and cons. Pros, well, I think it's the coolest looking ukulele you can get. That's definitely a pro. Another pro is the fretboard feels really well. There's a lot of adjustments on the saddle, so we can actually get the intonation really well. Again, as I mentioned, the truss rod's good, it's holding its tuning well. Yeah, loads of pros to give it. I think it feels amazing. Some people say they'd rather these looked a bit smaller to fit the uke size instead of the guitar size, but I like it either way. I think the jack position's good, the lightweight, I mean obviously a ukulele is going to be lightweight, but it doesn't feel like it's too neck heavy because of the light small body. Yeah, pros, lots of them. Basically, I think it's awesome. But there are some cons. Okay, cons then of the Clearwater Les Paul style tenor ukulele. The 2 cons, that's all I've really found, the 2 cons. One is it is designed to look like a Les Paul and be an electric uke with steel strings. Therefore, I feel it should have a humbucker. I feel like this bridge pickup should be a hum and not a single coil. Also would help get some higher gain. I managed to get some pretty cool pinch harmonics out of this for a uke. That's the other thing, you can tap on it, you can get 3-string sweeps, you can get your pinch harmonics, so I'm well happy, but I think a humbucker would just help get even more grrr out of it, which would be awesome. So the other con is this bridge. The saddles here are quite high, and they're kind of like diamond shaped. I'll take a picture and I'll put it up on the video. They are really sharp in this top corner, so when I'm resting on there to do a palm mute, I'm feeling it on this side of my hand quite a bit on that edge. It's, oh, that's, I really shouldn't have done that, that hurt. Yeah, so that I'm going to file down myself. Looking at the way they all look, all the saddles, I'm assuming that's not just one sharp edge. I imagine that's what they're all like. So yeah, I would say to file down that edge before you hurt yourself, really. But apart from that, I mean, yeah, the edges of the frets are good. The nut feels good. The action feels great. Yeah, so only cons. I'd rather a humbucker and a better bridge that didn't need work when you get it. Okay, so that's the specification, the pros and cons. So as always, I would love it if you guys told me your thoughts in the comment section. So if you haven't already, tap that like, tap the subscribe, smack the bell and sweep down to the comments. Let me know what you thought. I think it's awesome, but maybe there's some other cons that you disagree with. Maybe there's things you disagree with. Maybe there's cons or pros that I've missed off. Woo! As always, guys, I've done my flip because I've got my wireless Relay G10 by Line 6. There'll be links to that in the description. There'll be links to grab one of these in the description as well. I think what I'll try and do is a separate one for the UK and the US. Same with the Guitar Ninja t-shirts. There'll be UK and USA links below. And you've got all the tracks and that. If you really want to support me the extra mile, then I have a Patreon page, and I'll make sure there's a link to that where you can support, put money into better lighting, cameras, and getting more things to review. If you make backing tracks or you make guitars, then I'll be interested in talking with you about getting some things showcased on this channel as well. All the backing tracks I'm doing at the moment are using the instruments, but I'm open to try some other things and see what people think. So this was the Clearwater one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I've absolutely enjoyed shredding on this like mad. It's really fun to have a play, and I feel quite limited because I'm not really using that high G, so I'm actually using the 3 strings for the entire solo, so it's quite limiting to only give me 3 strings, but it was fun. It was fun trying to fit in some taps and sweeps and pinch. I don't know if I actually did do any tapping on this one, but I did when I was improvising, getting my practice runs in before I filmed. As always, the films are single take work, so there will be the occasional mistake, but I just wanted to show that I'm human and get it all done. Thank you so much for watching. Do all the liking, subscribing, comment. Links to every single thing that you might be interested in will be in the will be in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Bye.